Welcome to the Murray Newlands Show. I'm Murray Newlands. I write Murray's newsletter. I invest in early-stage Silicon Valley companies, and I run Open Future Forum, a private executive community that brings C-suite leaders across Silicon Valley together for dinners and events. On this show, I talk about the things senior leaders are actually dealing with. Today, one of the biggest, keeping up with AI. Most executives I talk to have the same private worry. The technology is moving faster than they can read about it. By the time you finish the report is out of date. So today I want to answer a question I get all the time. How do executives keep up with AI without falling behind? Here's the short answer, and then I'll explain it. The leaders who keep up don't do it alone. They do it through a trusted network of peers. Reading more isn't the fix. Who you can call is the fix. Let's get into why. Here's the thing nobody says out loud in the boardroom. No single person can track this on their own anymore. Not the CEO, not the CTO, not the board. A few years ago, you could read the right newsletter, go to one conference a year, and feel current. That doesn't work now. The ground is moving every week. The tools change, the costs change, the rules change. And the cost of falling behind isn't just missing a trend. It's real money and real risk. Which brings me to someone who has put this better than most. So here's a question every executive should be asking. What are the real legal risks of AI for a company right now? For that, I want to point you to Louis Lehoux. Louis Lehoux is a partner at Foley & Lardner here in Silicon Valley, where he has spent close to 3 decades advising founders, investors, and private equity sponsors on deals. He recently wrote a piece on how AI is reshaping value creation for private equity, and it's worth your time. I'll put the link to it in the description. His core point is one I keep seeing too. The old playbook of buy, fix, and sell still works, but as he puts it, it is not enough on its own anymore. A few things from his piece stuck with me, and they all point at the same lesson. First, on the deals themselves. Lehoux says the first question sponsors ask now is where AI lives inside a business and what it's worth if they get it right. And he shares a line from an operating partner that stuck with me. Every new platform deal now starts by asking what percentage of headcount is doing repetitive cognitive work that an agent could do tomorrow. 2 years ago, that was a footnote. Today, it's the model. Second, on risk. He walks through how diligence has changed, and this is the part that should get every executive's attention. Data rights, meaning whose data your model was trained on and whether you actually have the license. Regulatory exposure from the EU AI Act and state laws in California, Colorado, and New York if you use AI in hiring, pricing, or credit, new cybersecurity attack surfaces, and the legal side of automating roles from severance to union obligations. His bottom line is blunt, and I agree with it. Hope is not a strategy. If you fall behind on this, you don't just miss upside, you carry exposure you can't see. So the stakes are clear. The question is how a busy leader actually stays current enough to manage them. So how do executives actually stay current on AI? Here's what I've learned after running events for senior leaders for the better part of 3 years. The people who stay ahead don't do it alone. They do it in rooms with their peers, not conferences, not panels with 1,000 people. Small private rooms where a CFO can tell another CFO what actually happened when they deployed an agent across their finance team, what worked, what broke, what it cost, what the lawyers said. That kind of honest, off-the-record exchange moves faster than any report because it's real decisions from people who already made them. This is exactly why I run Open Future Forum, a private executive community that brings C-suite leaders across Silicon Valley together for dinners and events where they compare notes on things like this. The link to Open Future Forum is in the description if you want to come to a dinner. When the technology shifts every month, the leaders who keep up are the ones with a trusted group to call. The network is how you stay current. It's that simple. So if you're a leader feeling behind, 3 practical moves. 1. Stop trying to read everything. You can't. Pick 2 or 3 sources you trust and let the rest go. 2. Get the legal and risk picture early, not after you've deployed. Read Lehoux's piece, linked below, and have the data rights and compliance conversation now. 3. Build your room, find the handful of peers who are a step ahead of you and stay close to them. If you want a room like that, that's what Open Future Forum is for. The leaders who fall behind on AI aren't the ones who lack intelligence. They're the ones trying to do it alone. Keeping up isn't about reading faster. It's about who you can call. I'm Murray Newlands. Links to everything I mentioned are below. I'll see you in the next one. That's the show. If this was useful, follow the Murray Newlands show so you don't miss the next one, and forward it to a leader who needs it. If you want to be in a room with C-suite peers working through exactly this kind of thing, come find Open Future Forum. The link is in the description, along with my newsletter and Louis Leho's article. Thanks for listening. I'm Murray Newlands, and this has been the Murray Newlands Show.